The world is moving faster than ever. A breakthrough happens in a lab in Tokyo. A policy shifts in Washington. A market trend explodes overnight. We rely on AI to keep up, to give us the facts. But in a world where information is everything, a day-old answer isn't just wrong. It's irrelevant. Today, we're putting 5 of the biggest names in AI to the ultimate test. No more softball questions. We're pushing them into the deep end of current events, niche science, and fast-moving markets to answer one question. Who can give us the ground truth right now? Let's get into it. For our first test, we're diving straight into one of the most complex and rapidly evolving news stories. We asked, detail the latest developments in the US-China chip war as of June 2025. Specify the most recent export controls announced by the US Commerce Department and China's latest retaliatory measures and key investments in its domestic semiconductor industry. Claude delivered a thorough, well-organized executive summary covering the latest US export controls and China's semiconductor investments as of June 2025. The answer detailed the US Commerce Department's new enforcement actions, including revoking authorizations for major chip makers in China, and China's launch of a large state-backed semiconductor fund to boost domestic production, particularly at SMIC. While the summary was comprehensive and strategic, it did not mention Risk V-specific restrictions or a Golden Dragon Fund by name. Perplexity focused on factual precision, offering a clear, bulleted breakdown of the latest US Commerce Department controls and China's retaliatory moves. The answer cited specific US policy actions, referenced statements from Chinese officials, and summarized China's investment trends in the semiconductor sector. While the sourcing was solid and the style concise, the response did not include direct quotes, policy numbers, or hyperlinks to primary documents as described. Grok presented a news-driven summary, referencing recent reports from major outlets about US plans to tighten controls on allied chip makers in China, and China's ongoing investment in domestic chip firms. The response was factual and included up-to-date developments, but it did not incorporate real-time reactions or sentiment analysis from X or tech executives, as originally described. ChatGPT provided a broad and accurate overview of the US-China chip war, outlining recent Commerce Department measures, China's countermeasures, and major domestic investments. The answer included developments up to June 2025, contrary to the original claim that it only referenced older policies. The summary was comprehensive and current within its knowledge window. Gemini offered a clear narrative explaining the motivations behind the latest US and Chinese moves in the chip war. The answer summarized new US export controls, China's retaliatory tariffs and export restrictions, and Beijing's ambitious self-sufficiency goals for semiconductors. While the summary was readable and mentioned the impact on companies like SMIC, it did not specifically discuss NVIDIA or Huawei by name. The detail level was slightly below Claude's. Winner of Round 1. While all models provided strong coverage, Grok's response was recognized for its up-to-date news synthesis. However, the claimed inclusion of real-time sentiment from social media was not present. Grok stood out for integrating multiple recent news sources, but did not uniquely capture the unfolding sentiment as initially described. Next, we went deep into a highly specialized scientific niche. The prompt: provide a summary of the most significant breakthroughs in solid-state battery technology reported in the first half of 2025. Name the key research institutions, the specific material compositions they're using, and the reported performance metrics like energy density and charging cycles. Claude delivered a comprehensive review-style synthesis of recent solid-state battery breakthroughs. Drawing from multiple scientific sources, it highlighted advances by Samsung SDI, Florida State University, SK On, Postec, and the Elias project. Claude discussed energy density milestones, fundamental insights into failure mechanisms, and commercial timelines. The response was thorough and technical, but did not specifically mention an MIT team or a sulfide-based electrolyte with 450 watt-hour per kilogram. Perplexity provided a highly factual, evidence-focused answer, listing recent breakthroughs from institutions like UT Dallas, Beacon's Initiative, Doshisha University, QuantumScape, and Stellantis, Factorial Energy. It included performance metrics, ERG, 375 watt-hour per kilogram, for Factorial 2x energy density for beacons, and described the materials and applications. The response was organized in tables and bullet points, but did not directly link to abstracts or patents in the text provided. Grok summarized the latest scientific and industrial advances, referencing UT Dallas's space charge layers discovery, machine learning-driven battery design, and general improvements in energy density and cycle life. The answer cited sources and contextualized the commercial implications, but did not focus on stock market reactions or frame the news specifically for investors. ChatGPT gave a clear explanation of solid-state battery technology, its advantages, and the latest, as of 2025, breakthroughs. It referenced work by UT Dallas, Toyota, Panasonic, QuantumScape, and Samsung, providing technical details such as energy densities, up to 450 watt-hour per kilogram, and cycle life. The answer was up to date. Gemini offered an accessible, layperson-friendly summary of the science behind solid-state batteries. It broke down the distinctions between various electrolyte types and cited recent achievements, e.g., Stellantis Factorial's 375 watt-hour per kilogram cell, UT Dallas's interface research, and machine learning's role in material discovery. While less technical than Claude, it accurately conveyed the state of the field. Winner of Round 2. Claude stood out for its scientific depth and breadth, synthesizing a wide range of recent breakthroughs, performance metrics, and commercial timelines. While the other models provided valuable facts, explanations, or practical context, Claude's review-style approach offered the most complete technical overview. You can't get much faster than the world of crypto, so we asked, analyze the performance of the top 3 Layer 1 blockchain protocols, excluding Ethereum, by market cap, over the last 90 days. Include data on transaction volume, active addresses, and major ecosystem developments announced since March 2025. Claude gave a structured, data-driven report on Solana, BNB Chain, and Cardano, with accurate figures and ecosystem highlights. The style was formal and analytical. Perplexity presented raw, up-to-date data for BNB Chain, XRP Ledger, and Solana, with links to analytics platforms for easy verification. Grok combined real-time market data with social media updates, including a just-announced Solana partnership, giving it a breaking news edge. ChatGPT explained the blockchain's goals and general activity, but lacked real-time or the latest data, offering only general trends. Gemini created a clear comparison table with recent stats and news, but missed the very latest Solana partnership that Grok caught. Winner of Round 3, Grok, for its real-time data, social media integration, and catching the newest developments. For our final prompt, we looked to the stars. What is the current operational status of the Artemis program as of June 2025? Detail the progress of the upcoming Artemis 3rd mission, including any updated timelines from NASA, and summarize key data returned from the most recent Lunar Gateway module deployments. Claude gave a thorough mission briefing-style report. It correctly noted a recent 3-month delay to Artemis III announced by NASA and detailed the specific sensor data being returned from the Halo Gateway module. Claude gave a clear mission-style update, correctly noting Artemis III's new mid-2027 target and the technical reasons for the delay. It highlighted recent Halo Gateway module progress and the type of data being returned, Perplexity provided a set of links to NASA's official Artemis updates, press releases, and contractor blogs, serving as a comprehensive source list for further research with minimal commentary. Grok reported the updated Artemis III timeline and included reactions from journalists and astronauts, adding human context to the official news and technical details. ChatGPT described the Artemis program in detail but used an outdated timeline for Artemis III, missing the latest delay and making its answer less current. Gemini created a visual timeline showing Artemis milestones and the new schedule, making the program's updates clear and easy to follow. Winner of Round 4, Gemini. Its visual timeline and clarity made the Artemis program's shifting schedule easy to understand and follow. So, after 4 rounds of intense, real-world testing, what have we learned? First, the era of the single best AI is over. The game is about specialization. If you need to know what's happening right now with market sentiment and social media context, Grok is in a league of its own. If you need unimpeachable sources and raw, verifiable data for research, Perplexity is your tool. If you need to go deep on a complex scientific or academic topic and need a detailed, synthesized report, Claude is your genius research assistant. And if you need to take complex information and make it clear, understandable, and even visual, Gemini is an incredible communicator. ChatGPT remains a powerful and creative tool, but for tasks requiring bleeding-edge, up-to-the-minute data, it's starting to show its knowledge cutoff. The future isn't about choosing one AI. It's about building a team. Know your task and choose your tool wisely. But let's be real, subscribing to all these different services would be a nightmare for your wallet and your workflow. So you might be thinking, this is great, but I can't afford to pay for all of them. Well, what if you didn't have to? This brings me to my personal recommendation for anyone serious about using AI to its fullest potential, a tool called Monica. Think of it as your ultimate all-access pass to the world of AI. Monica integrates the full pro versions of virtually all the top models. We're talking GPT-4, Claude 4, Gemini, and even specialized models from Grok and Perplexity, all into a single, seamless interface. You get the full power and unlimited features of every model we tested today, all in one place. And here's the kicker. A single subscription to Monica costs about the same as paying for just one of those individual pro plans. It's the ultimate AI toolkit, and honestly, it's how I stay ahead. If you want to have this entire team of AI experts at your fingertips, I'll drop a link to Monica down in the description. Seriously, check it out. What do you think? Which AI are you using for your most demanding tasks? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay on the cutting edge of tech, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Until next time, stay informed.